Hey guys, this is Johnny with Off Grid Cowabunga. Sorry it's been forever since I made a video, but I thought I'd make a quick one here about this little beauty. This is the Inca peanut. So it grows on a vine. I've got it kind of propped up here on this makeshift teepee thing by the pile of brush, but yeah, just grows right up this sucker and it makes these little pods. First off though, you get these little tiny flowers that actually smell pretty good. And then you get your pollen from these guys here. Pollinates the flower. And then you can see the old flower here, the black thing. Then it swells up at the base there and grows the peanut. And you can roast these and eat them. I believe, don't quote me, they're supposed to taste like chestnuts, but definitely an edible little fruit there. Some more of them. Pretty awesome little plant. Never seen it until I moved here. And I lucked out getting some seeds. But yeah, this thing could probably, grow up a trellis or a fence, be a kind of a block for, your neighbors or something eventually as it gets bigger. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully it's going to be a tasty one. While I'm here, I'll show you guys the mountain apple tree. This sucker has been getting quite large. It's a Planet Hawaii tree I got down actually at the Dimple Cheek Market on the way down the hill. So if you don't know about that spot, pretty great. They got all sorts of trees in there, citrus, whatever, fig, everything in there actually. So that guy's getting pretty big, so hopefully next year I'll see some fruit off of him. Only takes a few years. This has been some other stuff I've been working on. Don't judge me, it doesn't look too great right now. Some of them have just got repotted after being pot bound for a year. But yeah, got the miracle leaf little plant here. Pretty awesome little guy. Grows these little cakeys, little babies off the leaves. You just drop them down and they grow new ones. But this plant has I can't even remember, 30 some different uses for the leaves and stuff. A lot to do with your gut health and women problems, I believe. Yeah, all sorts of little guys in here. This is an abiu or abiu. It's kind of like a custard fruit, a dessert fruit. Got a few of them here. Been fertilizing just now to hopefully bring them back. These guys might take a little while to get big, but this is a mom praying. It's kind of like a mango, but it'll actually supposedly hopefully grow here. This guy should be blackberry jam fruit. Grows like a little round or little egg-like fruit that has jam-like fruit filling inside. Pretty neat. All sorts of little guys. I grow these guys, pigeon pea. It grows like an edible bean that you can eat, as well as I just chop and drop that sucker. And so I just cut it down as it gets bigger, and I throw it underneath like the mountain apple. It's kind of a companion plant I try to plant next to trees and stuff that I put in the ground. But we got all sorts of little things here. We'll do a little quick little run by. I've thrown a papaya in the ground there. Hopefully it'll grow up big. This is a plumeria tree, a white one. It grows fragrant white blooms that leis can be made out of. Pretty cool tree. Kind of, I don't know if it's a succulent, but it reminds me of one. Definitely needs lots of drainage if you're going to try to grow it here on the east side. Mulberry tree is getting big. This sucker is almost 6 feet tall. I got it as a cutting off a Facebook Marketplace. Been in the ground maybe a year and a half or so. Up this tree, like an idiot, I planted lilikoi or passion fruit. So way up there, won't be the fruit. They got pretty thick skin, so when they fall down, hopefully won't be too bad. But as you can see, I've got a mess of starts that need to be weeded, transplanted, more pigeon pea, coleus, all sorts of things need to go in the ground. Fig over there, more abiu, gardenias mixed in here. I've taken cuttings off of other things, lilikoi, long gone from seed, but a bunch of junk here. This is kind of my muddy back corner. Been trying to get back through the jungle on this side. This is a red banana, or pink banana I mean. It's kind of like a little short 3-4 foot tall banana. Nothing fancy on that guy. Got the hennies in here. They're getting ready for bed. Hi, hennies. Yeah, this is their little area. I try to keep them in the coop so they don't get out and eat all my plants. But this was all jungle when I moved here. I've cut this all down with a machete. And yeah, so it's been kind of fun. Some things you chop them down and they just grow right back up, but I've planted a soursop tree that was air layered in here. Fruit tastes kind of like green apple candy. I've been trying to get back here along my property line lately and plant some more things. This was all bushes just like that. My crazy butt with a machete and a chainsaw at one point. Came in here, planted a jackfruit tree. Gonna make some tasty tacos out of that sucker one day. This is an air layered lychee tree. Back here, lots of use the old sticks on top after I've put down the soil. Let them rot in. But this is Fern Acres. Start out like this, and then you just start whacking away. And you can make a trail. These logs are not like pine. They don't cut very easy. They're hardwood and take forever, so that's going to be fun with a chainsaw. Alright. Show you guys what else I've been doing. You gotta make sure when you're walking in here, you gotta be careful. Make sure to wear shorts and no socks with Crocs so you fall and stab yourself. But I planted 3 different kiwi plants here. They do need a little bit of chill time, so I don't know if they're gonna do well here. It's only 1,500 feet. They kind of need 2,000 and above. But you don't know which ones are male or female, and you gotta have both so they get pollinated. So I planted all 3 right there. They'll kind of grow like a vine along the edge of my property here. And then I planted a mangosteen tree right here. These guys take a really long time to fruit from seed, and so you want to make sure to get the seed in the ground as soon as possible. Fruit is pretty expensive, I believe, $5 to $7 a pound, but it's going to take a while on that guy. I chopped through the bushes a little bit more along the property line, but definitely get your blood pumping out here and you get to sweating, so you got to make sure to know your body. Take some time and take breaks, lots of water. But yeah, this is it. You guys loving the coqui frogs? Suckers are supposedly 80 decibels with their croak. I believe I was told they came in from, where was it, Puerto Rico, on some fruit or trees at one point. Yeah, use pallets here. You can get a lot of them for free, and you can make your chicken coop out of them or whatever. Definitely not winning any awards on looks here. Ground's uneven, all that stuff, muddy. But you can't really dig in the ground here unless you use a jackhammer. You know, you got maybe an inch, maybe 2. Sometimes you get 4 in other areas, but not very much. And so you have to use a jackhammer or something to break it up to be able to put posts in. So, pallets. I don't hear any complaints from the hennies. Do you? They got lots of papayas recently to eat. Kind of a muddy mess. Doesn't seem to be, no matter how many times I put gravel down, it just soaks through. That's where you get your 4 inches of dirt in some places. But yeah, this was all jungle at one point. I cut through all this. Alright guys, well, I just wanted to make a kind of quick video, show everybody what I've been up to. Get back out here to the yard. Hope everyone's in good health, doing good. It's always the little blessings here in Hawaii. Just as I was about to walk by, this gardenia is getting ready to bloom. I believe this one is Terry or Tari. It's got an eye in it. I believe it's supposed to be a little shorter. So I stuck him over here in the side yard next to the Inca peanut. Got some more plumeria cuttings. Just break those suckers off, let them dry out a little bit for a few days, rooting hormone, and then well draining soil. Lilies. These are all red lilies. This here is a controversial, or however you say it, night blooming jasmine. A lot of people don't like this one because it kind of can be an invasive plant. Supposedly smells amazing. I'm waiting for my first blooms. You definitely are supposed to cut it back before it goes to seed. That's where it gets crazy and invasive. So I made sure to plant it right here by my cabin so I would smell it and be reminded to cut it back. Here on the edge, got some ginger planted. This is jaboticaba, like a Brazilian grape tree. Grows like grape-like fruit on the stalks and stems of the tree. Planted one. There's another guy hiding back here in the bushes. Soliloquy bloom. And there is another jaboticaba right here in that mess. So hopefully, years and years and years and years from now, I'll be having some wonderful fruit right at the back of the cabin. I'll leave you guys with lilikoi blossoms, or passion fruit for our mainland friends. These smell like licorice. Delicious. So they start out as a flower like this, and then you got your pollen on this guy, and the bees come along and get it on this part, then they close up like so, and then they grow fruit like that. They say that the bee isn't big enough to get them well pollinated, so I come along and get pollen on my fingers, and I just do this. Some people use a paintbrush. They seem to be pretty tough, so yeah. these ones, luckily, I made sure to put on a sort of trellis kind of thing here. Yeah. All right, everyone. Aloha.